Hey, what's going on YouTube? BWOLFE here with a brand new video, and today we have something very, very special about time. I've been waiting months for this. As you guys see there, we got our PC parts. Finally going to be building my first ever gaming PC. So stick around, leave a like, share, and if you're brand new, please drop a sub down below. So this is going to be my first ever PC build. Maybe some mishaps, hope it goes well, part of the experience. So let's begin, let's get into this build and enjoy. Here we have the components for my first ever PC, starting off with a Ryzen 7 3700X 8-core 16-thread CPU, and that's going to be paired with the B550 Tomahwak from MSI. Let's start over to the left a bit. We have 3 Cooler Master Masterfans MF120 Halo White Edition. We got our RAM right here, which is XPG. This is 16 gigabytes, 3200 megahertz cast latency 16. The power supply that we have for this build is Corsair's CX650F RGB White Edition. And here are our 2 SSDs, both 500 gigabytes. We have Samsung and Western Digital Black. And then over here we have our Nvidia GTX 1660 Super from Asus. And last but not least, what we're going to be putting all these parts in is the Lian Lancool 2 White Edition. So we're going to unpack all of this, get into the build. This is going to be chopped up here and there. So let's see how this goes. I'm very, very excited to put this together. Going to be a white and black combo build. And let's just go. I'm so excited. About time. Here we go. And I'm going to be using the stock cooler, the Wraith Prism, I think it is, in the CPU box. And we'll upgrade cooling as time goes on, but we're going to be sticking with the default cooler for the CPU. But yeah, that's all the parts. And they're going to be listed down below except for the graphics card. But everything else will be listed down below, and prices will be on the screen right now for everything. Managed to get our motherboard out. This is a beautiful motherboard, by the way, along with our CPU, sorry about the shadows, RAM, and 2 M.2 storage devices. So got to put in the CPU first, then RAM, then storage. So I'm going to try to set this up the best way to capture it. Not going to be doing everything with one hand. So let's go CPU first, then we're going to do RAM and memory. Then we're going to try to get that stupid Wraith Prism cooler on. Videos I've watched, it seems kind of difficult, but let's see what we can do. We don't need to remove these brackets right here around it. At a different angle here, let's first get out our CPU. Got to be very, very delicate and careful with this because of the pins on the bottom side of it. So what we're going to do first is raise this lever up there and carefully take out our processor. Alright, you got this, Brandon, just be careful. So we're gonna hold it along the sides here. Can't be sweating or shaking that much. So the triangle on the bottom left side of the CPU matches up with the top left side of the CPU socket. So here we go, we're gonna lightly drop it in. There we go. Alright, so it's in. Now we just gotta close this lever, and there we go. Probably the most nerve-wracking, hardest part is out of the way. I didn't want to make sure I damaged the pin, so it's good. It's in place. Perfect. So since we have 2 sticks of RAM, both at 8 gigabytes, this is some beautiful RAM, guys. I don't know if you can see it that well, but this is some beautiful RAM. And of course, got RGB. The RGB takes up 80% of the stick. And you guys know what they say, the more RGB, the more performance. So since we're using 2 sticks of RAM, it says here right on the motherboard, you can't really see it, but it says 2 and then 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 3 are 1, 2 and 4 are 2, and then it has in brackets first. So we're gonna be putting our 2 sticks in slots 2 and 4. Only one side pops up there, so we're gonna put in both of our sticks. We gotta make sure we have it the right way. So this side of the RAM stick is longer, and this side here is longer. So we're gonna put this here, and then this here. We just gotta, did that push in? I think so. I think it went in. We didn't hear much of a click, but there and there, and then there. I think they're both in. Sorry about the camera shaking. I think they're both in. So yeah, we got both of our sticks of RAM, and that is looking nice. So we have both of our SSDs in place. We're gonna be using the Samsung 970 EVO on the top slot, and then the Western Digital Black on the bottom slot. In the motherboard box itself came these little screws, if it will focus. We need 2 of them to put down the SSD, and then we're gonna be putting the covers on, which, remember, you gotta take off this peel so that the thermal pad can be exposed. So we're gonna do that real quickly, and then finally gonna put on the CPU cooler. We did have our first little mishap. So in our first slot, these little motherboard nails that were for the M.2 slots, only the top one needed it because it expanded further than the bottom one. With the bottom one, this screw here on the heatsink itself screws into the place to hold it down. So I had to unscrew it, take out the little screw, and then screw it back in. So that was the first minor little mishap, but other than that, we got both of our M.2 SSDs in. Alright, this very well could be the most difficult part of our PC build, putting on this cooler. So, it already has some thermal paste pre-applied, which is good to know. So AMD logo facing top left corner, and we didn't take off these brackets, we left them. So we're gonna hinge it just like so, and then the other one, is it gonna reach? I don't know. Alright, we got it latched on. So now this part here, this is latched on, and the other one is latched on. We just gotta put quite a lot of force. There we go. So that's switched on. That's looking good. And then here we have the CPU fan, which is located right here. Hopefully I'm plugging this in the right way. And there we go. CPU cooler is connected. Let me just manage that a little bit better. That's looking clean. We have all of our stuff now in the motherboard. Look at this beauty. Look at this. Our RAM, our cooler, CPU, everything. Now time to open up this case, see how beautiful it is, and we just gotta get everything in. Alright. Probably the most difficult part, getting all of the stuff on the motherboard is complete. Guys, can we appreciate how beautiful this case looks? Look at this. Look at this. So to open the glass, it has one glass panel on the front, and then the rear side has a glass panel as well. So what we need to do is this little hinge here, pull it down, it's magnetic. There's a hard drive discs. And then here, from under here, you just need to pull out. That's magnet to it, and it just swings out like that. And there's the inside. So what we need to do is screw in our motherboard. After many minutes later for me, literally seconds for you, I have the motherboard installed, the front I/O connectors all connected. Next thing I gotta do is rearrange the black fans that came with the case, and I actually couldn't get out this hard drive cage, so instead I've unscrewed it and moved it all the way forward to here, but I don't have the actual like hard drive things in it, so it's just empty. I'm gonna have to literally unscrew from the bottom to get it removed, so that's gonna stay there for now. But I managed to get my USB 3.0 port, the small I/O connectors. That was kind of a pain in the butt, but I managed to get it, audio, and then LED switch up there as well. So it is coming together just fine. We just need to rearrange these fans. So what I'm gonna do is, we have one in front right here, so one there. I'm gonna put another up top here, and then since I have the 3 Cooler Master fans, that's gonna be 1, 2, 3 as outtake. This one is gonna be intake from the bottom, because this side right here is gonna allow some fresh air. So far so good. Next cut will be fan rearrangement, and then hopefully being able to turn it on. But wow, this has been a process. Kind of been nervous, kind of been sweating, but man, this is coming together very well. Update, it has been a very long time since the last time I recorded, but we have 2 of the black Lian fans that came in the case up front as intake, as well as one on the bottom as intake. That's gonna come through that little thing. And then we got our white Cooler Master fans all as outtake. If the RGB doesn't work when I turn it on, it's because something went wrong. I can't really figure out where it needs to go in the board, but we'll hope for the best. So now all that's left is the graphics card and then the power supply. We're gonna do power supply first real quick. So I have all of the cables into the power supply that we're gonna need to put in the motherboard itself and the graphics card. We have our 24 pin, our CPU, our GPU, and then a SATA port, because this connects right here for the front I/O. So I'm gonna get all of that together, and then last but not least, I'm going to show me putting in the graphics card. I know it's been kind of a lot of skipping this and that, but this truly has been a process. This cable management can be fixed up, but on the Lian Lancool 2, there's actually black plates, so I can do a little bit of tidying up and then just place the plate right on top of it, and it covers everything. So I'll see you guys real quick to install the GPU. Here we have our GeForce GTX 1660 Super, brand new. Plastic is still on it. Let's do a little plastic peel from the GPU. Oh. Boom. There's some. Oh, there's some more. And then from up top, all coming off. There we go. So I already took slots 2 and 3 off for our graphics card to put in our PCIe Express. And we gotta take this little thing off as well. This lever is back. There we go, we got it. I heard it click. Alright, so I was finally able to get the graphics card in, and I got the 8-pin plugged in. I have all of the cables plugged in from the motherboard. We're gonna turn it on. Oh, I see some lights from the graphics card. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. And it's on. The RGB is not working on the Cooler Master fan, so I'll have to fix that definitely. But we've got it running. We've actually got it running. So it is currently the next day. As you guys saw from before, we turned on the PC and it worked. It booted up, it worked. but the top fans, the RGB wasn't working. Now, I have managed to accomplish that, as well as get the third fan, the third intake fan that was shown on the bottom. That works as well. Everything works. Cable management is done, and now we get to see an official full RGB, full working PC. Got Windows downloaded last night, just need to do drivers as well. But here we go, super excited. I'm gonna dim down the lights a bit, and here we go. Finally get to reveal it in its full glory. I actually almost forgot. We gotta do a plastic peel. You ready for this? How was that? Rate that down below. I got a lamp backlit in the background. What we gotta do first, turn on power supply. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. In 3, I gotta position it correctly. 3, 2, 1. And there we go. The RGB just turned on for the RAM. Took a bit, but there we go. We got a little bit of LED light on our GeForce GTX 1660 Super CPU fan, RGB lit. And these beautiful Cooler Master fans are lit. This is clean, a very clean build. And in the front of the Lian lead case has its own RGB strips. So that is my first ever PC build. Very, very happy with it. It did take quite a lot of time to actually get it together, but hey, it's gonna be like that when it's your first time doing something. Very satisfied with it. Gotta download drivers and games and everything. If you guys want me to do a benchmark with this, remember I have a Ryzen 7 3700X and a GTX 1660 Super. If you want me to do some benchmarking with some games, let me know down below. But overall, I am so very excited for my first ever PC build. A lot more content will be coming out because of this build, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new again, and wow, that just looks so nice. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.